Spice Island in the Pot is brought to you by Stumpy's Emporium and a Penny Savers supermarket.
Welcome back to Spice Island in the Pot. If you're just joining us, you missed a real treat, but we have another one on the way. So we just made stew beef. We added a little garden style to that, macaroni pie, callaloo, simple salad and rice. Everything came out beautiful. It tasted really good. So now we're going to do our gourmet twist, which is our cheesy penne pasta in tomato sauce with some steak, and we're serving that up with some kale and roasted peppers. So I'm going to start first with my salad, and we have some nice fresh kale here. Now some people like to cook their kale. I don't mind having it a little raw, but I like to set it up in like a nice vinaigrette, which is what we have there. So you can choose your favorite vinaigrette from the store for this recipe. That will be fine until we get into making our own, of course. So I just want to cut the stems out and cut these smaller, like so. Nice bite-sized cuts. This vinaigrette has enough flavor to flavor all of this, so it's going to be a real good treat. Because everything else is going to cook up really quickly, we're starting with the salad so the salad could get soaked in. So that is the kale right here, and some of our vinaigrette. Pour that in. Just do the whole thing. This. Give it a little toss, and you can let that set aside. So we're going to do our peppers now. Nice big cut side, and side. Get the seeds out. Roasting peppers, you don't want to do them too small, so just one kind of large pepper could cut in about 6. Get that in. There we go. And I like to use red peppers. They're a little sweeter than the green ones, so I like roasting these. There we go. Seeds out. That's fine. And this is a really simple salad, but the main course part of this dish is really exotic and rich in flavor. Just really nice and rich. So olive oil, of course, for roasting. There we go. A little salt. And some minced garlic. So we're going to mix this all together. Get the garlic into all the pieces. Get that in. If you have help in the kitchen, this is something somebody can help you do, and you can move on to the next thing. Right, so when everything is all mixed up, put everything back, skin side down like this. There we go. Perfect. There we go. So I'm going to set my oven up 300 degrees. This is going to be in there for about 10 minutes max. This is going to take the same amount of time for us to get the steak seasoned and into the pan, and then when we come back, we're going to do the pasta. So let's get this in. Okay, let's get our steaks ready. So I got 2 strip loin steaks at Penny Savers. They're individually wrapped for your convenience, so if you just want to do a dinner for yourself, you can. This is dinner for 2. So what you want to do first is pat dry your steaks, and you want to get them down to just about room temperature. And you want to get as much moisture out as possible, because when you cook your steaks, you don't want it to swim in any kind of liquid, because you really want to get it charred. So I'm going to pat dry and get it over into another plate, like this. Pat dry, a little more. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to do a simple rub for this. Get my pan nice and hot. There we go. Perfect. So let me give myself some space. Here we go. So I'm going to start with a little salt. And you have to season both sides. So it's a little salt here. And I'm using today the peppercorn medley. So get that. Nice. And My special ingredient, this is actually a hibiscus and blueberry tea bag that I open up and get the teas inside here. This is actually kind of sweet, so this will give your steak a nice aroma and flavor at the same time. So you want to just kind of press in those seasonings there, like so. Flip them over and do the same thing again. Do this one in reverse. Twist, twist, twist. So good. When you're cooking your steaks, there are 3 ways, and then there's some ways in between. I'll just give you the ways. The 3 main ways. So it's rare, where it's very red in the center and it's warm, not really hot. Then there's medium, where you get a large pink band through the middle of the steaks. And then we have well done, which means there's no pink, no red in sight, and it's a grayish color and it's really charred on the outside. So we're gonna do medium steaks today. Kind of like it that way, right? So finally, press, press, press. Great. Let's get the pan all hot. Get ready to cook up these steaks. Okay, so my non-stick pan, you see it how fancy and green? I absolutely love it. Is really hot, so it's on high as it could get, as high as it could get. And we're going to start with a little olive oil. Make sure it gets all around the pan like this, and let this get hot for a little bit. I like to put 1 crushed garlic in there to kind of flavor the oil. Even though a steak is going to have an awesome flavor, this is just a little trick you can do. Like that. It also lets you know that the oil is really hot as well. So when you start seeing little marks on the garlic, that's a good sign. Okay, so we're going to get the steaks in. Always put your steaks in away from you, like so. Nice. This one. And away from me again to one side. Now you have to let steaks do what they do. So you leave them, you time them, and then you flip them. So don't rush the process. In the meantime, my bell peppers are in the oven. They're roasting up really nicely. It's smelling amazing. So this goes 5 minutes on each side. And just before I flip them, I'm gonna add some thyme, fresh thyme. Smells really good. And that is gonna flavor this up really nicely. So we're gonna wait 5 minutes, then flip these. Good, so we're gonna start the pasta. So we're gonna light our non-stick pot to about medium, should work. Once that gets hot, we're gonna go with a little vegetable butter. Just about 2 tablespoons. And about a teaspoon of olive oil, minced garlic, about 2 teaspoons, a little salt, not too much because we're going to add some cheese and that has a little salt in there, a little pepper, definitely parsley of course, some red onions that we diced up, and pimento or flavor peppers, about 3 would be fine. So we get that cooking. When the onions become just a little soft, we're going to start doing the sauce, right? This is cooking up nicely. So much nice color in here. Really nice. So it's just about getting soft. So I want to add my tomato sauce. This is just my favorite canned tomato sauce. I'm not doing anything from scratch today, next time. So I'm going to put, this is about 2 cups of tomato sauce. If you don't want it too saucy, you can put a little less, that's up to you. And I'm going to put a little less, 2 cups, and get this stirring. Once the heat builds back to this here, we're going to add some whole milk. So as soon as the bubbles come up, right there, I'm going to add some whole milk. Perfect. This is the creamy part to the sauce. So it's going to be a nice pinkish color, and then we have to wait for the heat to come back to this. Now let's talk about cheese. So I have 3 different types of cheese here. I have a sharp cheddar, I have mozzarella, you know, the one that stretches when you pull pizza apart, and then I have pepper jack. That has a really nice flavor to it. So that is going to make the last part of our sauce before we add the pasta. So this is a really nice color, nice thick consistency. Now I'm using penne pasta, which I've boiled and I've strained, but it's really important that you get as much water off of the pasta as possible, because it's gonna coagulate with the cheese. Sorry, I had to get my pronunciation together for that one. Right, so this is just about together. There's enough cream, there's tomato sauce, there's always room for cheese, a lot of cheese. You can put less if you want, but I think more is less in this situation. Right. And it's important to add these layer at a time, because now the sauce is going to cover the pasta. It's going to hug it. Do you see it? How it stretches up like this? You can just eat it, couldn't you? Yes. Okay, and finally, pasta. No water in here. We add this. Right. And the heat is gonna come through. Look at that. Amazing. So good. So this is a nice tomato sauce, cheesy goodness to go with our steak, sorry. I'm so mesmerized by this pasta. There we go. So just the last bits of my tomato sauce to make my saucy. There we go. Oh, careful. Right. So this is just gonna get really hot. This is part of the unhealthy cooking that we've been talking about. Perfect. So this is done. Our bell peppers are ready. Steaks have been resting. So now we're just gonna plate everything up and get into the eating part of things, of course. Okay, our cheesy pasta yumminess is done. Steaks are ready, salad ready, time to eat. Just giving this a little stir here, so good. Okay, so let's get ready to cut our steak strips. So I'm just gonna let me just take from this smaller one. Ooh. Right, so right here I've cut a little snip, and I want you to see as I cut, nice pink band. There we go, perfect. Oh, my extensions are getting in the way. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So I'm just going to get a few pieces just for me. This is really good. Really perfect. All right, so we have some pasta. Ooh. I'm too anxious. I need to calm down. There we go. Tomato sauce, cheese, penne pasta. Get some kale here with our vinaigrette. Perfect. Roasted bell peppers, red ones, so they're a little sweeter. And of course, my steak strips. Perfect. Let's see. So, this is a perfect dinner plate. Can't ask for anything better. Penne pasta in a cheesy tomato sauce, medium steaks cooked up with hibiscus blueberry in the rub, kale, special vinaigrette, roasted bell peppers. Earlier today we made stewed beef with macaroni pie, callaloo, rice, and a simple salad. Absolutely amazing. So let's just taste this up here. Before you have to watch me eat this entire meal, it was so wonderful to cook for you today. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I loved cooking it. If you need more information on any of the dishes that we made today, check out the screen below. You can also follow us on Instagram at SpiceTC5. We're also on Facebook, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, food is essential to life, so make it good. I am Arlene, your food designer. This has been Spice, Island in the Pot.